An anomaly named Atlas. Out in the cold, silent darkness of space, our most powerful telescope, the James Webb Space Telescope, was pointed at a faint traveler. This visitor, named 3I Atlas, wasn't from around here. It was an interstellar object, a messenger from another star system, zipping through our cosmic neighborhood. What it found has sent shockwaves through the scientific community. The thing nobody tells you is that sometimes the most important discoveries are the ones that make no sense at all. And believe me, this one makes zero sense. When Webb sent its data back to Earth, scientists saw something astonishing. Surrounding 3I Atlas was a gigantic, perfectly spherical halo of carbon dioxide gas. This wasn't just a little puff of vapor, it was a cloud of epic proportions. Get this, the halo stretched over 348,000 miles from end to end. To put that into perspective, that is half the diameter of our sun. You could fit the Earth inside this gas cloud more than 40 times over. The amount of CO₂ this object is pumping out is staggering, about 130 kilograms every single second. That's like the exhaust from 10 million people, all coming from a single object in the void. But not all things are what they seem. A comet is essentially a dirty snowball. As it gets closer to a star, the ice on its surface turns directly into gas in a process called sublimation. This process is supposed to be messy. The escaping gas should violently blast dust and rock off the comet's surface, creating a bright, dusty coma around the nucleus and a long, magnificent tail that stretches for millions of miles. We've all seen pictures of them, beautiful streaks across the night sky. But when astronomers looked for the dust tail of 3I Atlas, they found nothing. An eerie, empty blackness where a brilliant tail should be. It was like seeing a massive explosion without any debris. This is the heart of the mystery. The comet is producing an unbelievable amount of gas, more than enough to create one of the most spectacular tails ever seen. Yet it's not. This isn't just unusual, it's a flat-out contradiction of the laws of cometary physics as we know them. It's a ghost, leaving behind a massive gas cloud, but none of the dusty fingerprints it should. This one observation has thrown a wrench into decades of astronomical theory, forcing everyone to ask a terrifying question. What in the universe is this thing? The object's brightness gave another clue, but it only deepened the confusion. Based on the sunlight it reflected, scientists estimated that the solid part of 3I Atlas, its nucleus, could be up to 28 miles in diameter. This would make it a true giant, millions of times more massive than other interstellar visitors we've seen, like the famous Oumuamua. An object that big and that active should be shedding tons of dust. The fact that it isn't is the single most baffling detail. It's a riddle wrapped in a mystery, hidden inside a gas cloud half the size of the sun. Something about this interstellar visitor is fundamentally, impossibly wrong. Nature's impossible machine. Many people are crazy about space mysteries, but this one is different. It's not just an oddball, it's a rule breaker on a cosmic scale. To understand just how bizarre 3I Atlas is, you have to understand what a normal comet is supposed to do. You see, comets are leftovers from the formation of star systems. They're ancient snowballs made of water ice, frozen gases, dust, and rock. For billions of years, they drift in the deep freeze of space. But when one gets knocked into the inner parts of a solar system, the star's warmth works like a blowtorch. The primary ingredient in most comets is water ice. As it heats up, it turns to gas, and that gas drags all the dust and debris with it. That's what creates the classic comet look. But Webb's instruments found something completely backward with 3I Atlas. While it was spewing out that enormous cloud of carbon dioxide, there was almost no water vapor. The ratio was insane. For every 1 part of water vapor, there were 8 parts of carbon dioxide. That is the highest ratio ever recorded for a comet, by a huge margin. It was 16 times more extreme than what you'd expect from a typical comet. This tells us the comet's engine isn't running on water, it's running on carbon dioxide ice, or dry ice as we know it. CO2 sublimates at much colder temperatures than water, around minus 109 degrees Fahrenheit. This means 3CE Atlas could have been active far out in space, long before it got anywhere near our sun's warmth. But this just brings up another problem. If the CO2 is on the surface, it should have boiled off billions of years ago in its home star system. For it to still have so much, it must have been preserved somehow, maybe deep inside. But if that's the case, what's heating it up from the inside out to create this halo? This leads to a strange and fascinating idea, the dark comet. This is a theoretical type of comet with a thick, dark crust of organic material almost like asphalt. This crust could insulate the frozen gases inside, protecting them for eons. As the comet tumbles through space, maybe small cracks or fissures open up, allowing the pressurized CO2 to vent out like a geyser. This could explain the gas, but it still doesn't explain the missing dust. A geyser powerful enough to create a halo half the size of the sun should still be blasting out tons of surface material. But again, there's none. The very nature of 3 Atlas challenges our models. It's not behaving like a comet from our own solar system. Its composition is alien. Its behavior is alien. This has led some to wonder if it's even a natural object at all. The numbers are just too perfect, too strange. It's as if it was designed to be this way. An object that big, that rich in carbon, and moving through our solar system on a trajectory that brought it surprisingly close to 3 planets. It's a perfect storm of weirdness that has no precedent. It's a celestial object doing things nature says it shouldn't be able to do. Alien technology or cosmic miracle. When the data doesn't fit the theories, you have 2 choices. Either the data is wrong, or the theories are. With the James Webb Space Telescope, the data is almost certainly right. That leaves the theories, and scientists are now scrambling to come up with a new one that can explain 3I Atlas. You see, the hunt is on, and every possibility, no matter how wild, is on the table. This is where things go from being a simple puzzle to a profound mystery about our place in the universe. One of the more mainstream ideas is that 3I Atlas is not just a comet, but a fragment of a larger Pluto-sized planet from another star system. If a distant planet was shattered by a massive impact billions of years ago, it could have sent chunks of its core flying into interstellar space. A planetary core could have a very different composition from a regular comet. It might be extremely rich in volatile gases like carbon dioxide, while being made of much stronger rock that doesn't easily break apart into dust. This could, in theory, explain the high gas output and the lack of a tail. It's a compelling idea, but it requires a chain of violent, chaotic events that we have no way of proving. Then there are the more out-there theories. The thing nobody tells you is that when scientists are truly stumped, they start thinking about possibilities that sound like science fiction. Let's look at the numbers again. The object is estimated to be up to 28 miles wide. It's releasing 130 kilograms of CO2 per second, the equivalent of 10 million humans. Its trajectory through our solar system seems oddly precise, passing through the plane of the planets. What if it's not just a rock? What if it's artificial? Some have pointed out that an object of this size could theoretically be a massive interstellar vessel, a world ship, carrying life or probes. The CO2 could be a byproduct of its life support systems or a form of propulsion. The lack of a dust tail would make sense if it had a smooth, manufactured hull instead of a rough, rocky surface. This line of thinking points to the infamous Oumuamua, the first interstellar object we ever detected. It was also bizarrely shaped and accelerated in ways we couldn't explain. Could 3I Atlas be the second, much larger piece of evidence that we are not alone? Of course, this is deep in the realm of speculation. There is no direct evidence to support the alien technology hypothesis. But the door is open because no natural explanation fits the facts perfectly. Every theory has a hole in it. The dark comet theory doesn't explain the missing dust. The planetary fragment theory requires a perfect cosmic accident. The mystery of 3I Atlas is so profound because it sits right on the edge of our understanding. It's a giant floating question mark in our own backyard. Every answer we come up with only creates even more questions. The view from down here. So let's bring this back down to Earth for a minute. It's easy to hear about giant gas clouds and interstellar objects and think it's just another space story. But think about what this really means. All of this is happening right now over our heads. A mysterious object bigger than a city and behaving like nothing we've ever seen is passing through our solar system. Does something this strange just happen overnight? Or have things like this been passing by for thousands of years and we're only just now building telescopes powerful enough to see them? It makes you wonder what else is out there that we're completely blind to. The thing is, are we missing a key detail? Is there some simple natural explanation that we just haven't thought of yet? Maybe our understanding of how comets work in the freezing depths of interstellar space is just completely wrong. We've only ever really studied the comets from our own Oort cloud. Perhaps comets from other star systems are built differently from the ground up. Maybe in some corners of the galaxy, comets are naturally dustless and rich in carbon dioxide. If that's true, it means the universe is far more diverse and strange than we ever gave it credit for. This discovery is a lesson in humility. For centuries, we've looked up at the stars and tried to fit everything into neat little boxes and theories. But 3I Atlas doesn't fit in any of our boxes. It's a reminder that the universe doesn't have to follow our rules. It's wild, unpredictable, and full of genuine surprises. This isn't just about one weird comet. It's about the possibility that our galaxy is littered with these strange objects, each with its own story and its own secrets. We thought we had a pretty good map of the cosmos, but this feels like finding a whole new continent we never knew existed. So, what does this all mean for us? It means we are living in an unparalleled era of discovery. The James Webb Space Telescope is just getting started, and it's already finding things that defy our imagination and challenge our most basic understanding of the universe. The strange story of 3I Atlas is still unfolding, and its final chapter has the potential to rewrite everything we thought we knew. This isn't just a distant curiosity, it's a profound mystery that forces us all to confront the biggest questions there are about the cosmos and our place within it. The universe just sent us a riddle it seems no one can solve. What do you think 3I Atlas really is? Are we looking at a new kind of natural phenomenon, or is it the first real sign that we're not the only ones out here? Let us know your theories in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more cosmic mysteries.